Welcome to the deep dive. If you think cybersecurity is still just about, spotting bad emails, well, you might need to buckle up. Today we're diving into how attackers are, believe it or not, literally freezing security software and even grounding international flights.
Yeah, what we're really tracking here is a fundamental shift. It's moved beyond isolated breaches. Now it's about systemic fragility. We're seeing risks cascade really fast, everything from reliance on third-party vendors right down to exploiting basic OS features.
So our mission today is to cut through the noise, give you the shortcut to understanding the biggest threats. We're looking at physical infrastructure, high-value cloud stuff, and, platforms you use every single day. Let's start with that absolute gridlock across Europe, kicking off around September 19th. That sounded pretty bad.
Oh, it was staggering. We're talking massive cancellations, huge delays. Major airports like Heathrow, Brussels, Dublin, Cork, all basically brought to a standstill. And it all stemmed from ransomware hitting one single point of failure.
Wait, hang on. One vendor failure grounded international air travel.
Yeah.
That seems incredibly fragile for global logistics.
Exactly. The target was Collins Aerospace's MUSE check-in and boarding systems. Collins is owned by RTX, a huge player. This forced airport staff back to, manual check-ins, using laptops, iPads, total chaos for passengers. And it lasted for days.
Wow.
It just perfectly highlights this extreme cascading risk in modern systems. The whole aviation industry relies so heavily on a few interconnected third-party providers. So you take down one critical node like MUSE and boom, instant widespread paralysis affecting you and millions of others trying to travel.
Okay, that's alarming. And then moving on to how attackers are getting clever. They're targeting the security tools themselves. That sounds counterintuitive.
Right. It's really interesting. Take this new proof of concept tool, EDR freeze. It actually exploits the standard Windows error reporting, WER infrastructure.
Right. The thing that pops up when an app crashes, how does that stop security software?
Well, this is the crucial bit. Your typical security software, like EDR endpoint detection and response, it's often looking for alarms deep down in the kernel, which is like the core engine of Windows. EDR freeze uses what's called a user mode technique. So it suspends the security processes outside that core engine. It makes the security software look like it's just busy or paused while the attacker slips right past. And the kicker, they don't need high-level kernel access to do it. It's a novel evasion tactic.
So they're basically putting the guard dogs to sleep without breaking into the main control room.
That's a pretty good analogy, yeah.
Okay. And if that wasn't concerning enough, there was also this Microsoft Entra ID vulnerability, CVE 2025-55241. Sounds technical.
The details are a bit dense. It involves undocumented things called actor tokens in older legacy APIs, but the implication, it's genuinely terrifying.
Lay honest.
Essentially, it meant an attacker could use these forgotten keys, basically left lying around in old Microsoft code, to gain global admin rights. Global admin in any company's cloud environment linked to Entra ID.
Any company. Wow. Okay, so they patched it, right?
Yes, Microsoft patched it. But the fact that these kinds of keys, allowing total takeover, existed in foundational cloud identity systems,
Right.
Well, it makes you really question the underlying trust, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that theme, the decay of trust, seems to be spreading. You mentioned attackers are moving beyond just links and emails.
Exactly. People are getting savvier about clicking links, so attackers adapt. We're seeing more psychological exploits. Things like embedding phishing sites behind QR codes in some documents, or creating fake Microsoft login pages that actually check your password against the real Microsoft in real time to seem legit, all to grab your credentials. They're trying to bypass your mental checks.
Sneaky. And they're hitting platforms we trust, too.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Steam game situation. That sounded bizarre.
It was bizarre and frankly criminal. A verified game on Steam called Block Blasters. After it was released and verified, someone added malicious code. Code designed to drain cryptocurrency donations, and the target was a fundraiser for a streamer's cancer treatment. Over $32,000 was stolen.
That's just awful. That's beyond a technical exploit that's attacking basic human decency. How does a verified game get weaponized like that after release?
It raises serious questions about platform security and ongoing checks. And it connects to another trend, targeting the security conscious. We saw macOS users getting hit by fake LastPass password manager apps.
Fake LastPass. How are they distributed?
Through deceptive GitHub repositories and search engine optimization, so people searching for LastPass might find these fakes. And these fake apps installed the MSN InfoStealer malware. So you think you're installing a tool to protect your passwords.
And you end up installing malware that steals everything.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare when you can't trust the tools meant to keep you safe.
Exactly. It's a fundamental breakdown. And then just to round it out, we finally got confirmation of the Stellantis data breach.
Right, the car company group. What happened there?
Their Salesforce infrastructure was hacked, apparently by the Shiny Hunters group. North American customer contact information was exposed. Another example of reliance on third-party platforms creating risk.
So cloud systems, trusted platforms like Steam, security tools, even physical infrastructure like airports. It feels like no corner is really safe.
That's the takeaway, really.
Okay.
You're facing threats from ransomware grinding continents to a halt to these really novel user mode tools designed to freeze your security software. We've seen that relying on these complex, interconnected third-party systems creates these potentially catastrophic single points of failure. And that foundational code, even in massive cloud systems, can have these hidden critical weaknesses.
So wrapping this up, what's the big thought we should leave everyone with?
Well, look, we just talked about a vulnerability in Apple systems, the AAPB IDOR flaw that was apparently exploited quietly since at least 2021 before being fixed. And we see things like this airport chaos caused by one vendor issue. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other fundamental structural weaknesses are we just accepting today? The ones built into the systems you rely on that could become tomorrow's really critical headline-grabbing breaches. What ticking time bombs are we just living with?